Hey everybody, Marty Butts here with Small Potatoes, and I just wanted to introduce this month's webinar that I'm working on with the Scranton SBDC and the Agricultural Center of Excellence. Last month in April, we did part one of running a great farmers market booth, and we talked a lot about how you interact with your customer, how you give good service, some of the changes that have come to the market. And for this month, we're doing part two in the farmers market series. And we're going to be talking a lot about signage and display building. So I'm just going to do a little teaser today. We're going to talk about one of my favorite tools from the farmers market, and one I'm sure that a lot of you folks, or all of you folks, I should say, are familiar with the little bit. So when we talk about building displays at the farmers market, as part of the workshop, we're going to talk about the 5 elements of building a really good and useful and functional display. And to accomplish 2 of those 5 elements, one of the things I really like to use, and again, something you see a lot at the market, are crates. So the two elements that we're going to look at specifically here are how you build some height in your display to get your products up off of the table, as well as a little bit of depth. In grocery stores, we like a lot of flat lines. We like to organize everything together. But in a place like the farmers market, where there's lots of things for people to see and a lot of things to draw their attention, rather than having those clean, straight lines, we like to add a little bit of depth to our display because it catches people's eye in a way that the flat line or laying flat on the table isn't able to do. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with crates, wood crates. These are some nice crates that I got from a little company out of Wisconsin. They hand make them all custom ordered. You can also get them printed. So obviously they offer us a lot of options as far as getting height into our display. There's a few different ways that we can go about laying them on the table. You'll also see with produce displays where it'll get propped up and they'll have it like this, maybe a lower cut, so that folks can get to the product, and it again meets their eye line by raising it up off of the table a little bit. One of the things that I really like to do, I work with a lot of grocery products generally, dry goods, stuff that we can stack and build displays out of. I always make sure to have the open end facing me so that I can store things back here, my water. Some folks put their cash box like that back there. If you've taken my workshops, you know I always recommend keeping your money on your body. But having this little bit of storage space right at hand level can be really impactful. So here I've got 2 different sizes of wooden display. They don't look that much different on the camera, but here there's a pretty good difference in the size. But if we were using some that are the same size, you can also put them side by side and then just put a piece of wood across them to build a little different kind of a display. For me, I like to do stuff that is a little bit different. I don't like to have a straight flat display when I can help it. So for me, I would probably be building a display where the heights are a little bit different. If you have enough products to fill a display out, you could put, one product here, one product here. But again, I really like to have them so that they're facing back. One of the other things we're seeing now with COVID is you have to find a way to keep people from getting all over your display. So a lot of times now the display is behind you, but you still need to build something out in front of you. And so here I've got an old Small Potatoes sign. Didn't come with anything to hang it with. It's just a flat piece of foam board here. And so having these sorts of crates helps us build a display to hold our signage in place. I'm doing the little rock there just to keep the light from getting too shiny there. So here we've cut off half our table. So we've added some height and some depth, but we also keep customers from touching too many things while we're still worrying about that. Again, these are hardy wood displays. We're going to have these for a long time. The first time I ever bought a display specific crate, I went to a big department store and I bought a $30 crate. It had a chalkboard built in. I was like, oh, I can use that for signage. And when I actually got it to the market, what I found was it was so thin, it would barely hold any product on it. And when it got banged around, if you gave it a little tug like that, it would just snap right open. These were $18 to $20. And again, they're very thick. These are going to be around for a long time. They are a little heavy. So one of probably the crate that I've used most in my displays through the years is just this old milk crate. I've had this 15 years. It's been to every market with me. Still looks terrible, but it's still in decent shape. Now, if you use something like this, you might need to put something on the top to make sure the display stays flat. Also, you want to make sure that you cover this up, right? With these nice wooden displays, those can actually be the displays themselves, right? They add a little bit of quality to the production. But with the black one like this, you're going to want to cover that up with a fabric, tablecloth. I use lots of old different kinds of fabric to build displays with. And then also, there's just a little crate. It's not going to be great for holding a lot of product, but one of the nice things with this little one is that it has little notches here. So you can actually buy a pack of 6 and click them together like Legos. And you could build a different tiered display and something that's going to stay together and stay pretty sturdy. The one last little thing that I love about using wood crates or milk crates, whatever it might be, is I generally work out of a car, a small car, a little hatchback. And so one of the things that I have to do is really be conscious of how much space I'm using. So one of the things that I love about crate displays and getting some in different sizes is that when we're done using them, we can just pack everything up into the display that we've got here. And so now everything is just in one place. So that was just a quick little run through about how we can use crates to build some height in our display, as well as a little bit of depth, a little bit of texture, to learn what the 3 other elements are to building a great display, as well as learning about some good signage that you can put for your farmers market displays this upcoming season. Come and check out our webinar. It'll be live on May 18th. And then if you sign up, you'll also get a recording of it later. So if you aren't able to make it, or you want to watch it on your own time in the evening or something or later in the day, something like that, go ahead and sign up for the program anyway. And that way you get the recording sent to you. Thanks. I hope to see you all in a couple of weeks. And for those of you whose markets are already starting, good luck. I hope everything is starting off well.